Hello and welcome. I'm your host, William Liu. This is the Raptors Reaction Podcast presented by Betway for all your sports betting activities. Hit the QR code that you see here on the screen or follow the link you see in the description of the episode. We are live here from the Airbnb in Atlanta, undisclosed location, of course. Actually, Alex and Jerome are just slightly off camera. My friends are just slightly off screen, and they are setting up. We might get them to get on stream later. I understand they've had a couple of beers as they've been celebrating this 122 to 119. Oh, hold on. What's going
We've only had a couple of Cokes. There is no alcohol involved.
Got you. They are devoted drinkers of Coca-Cola as well. But we have a 122 to 119 win here on the road, and this is the thing. The Raptors, we joked about it a couple weeks ago because the Raptors were in such a bad state. Would they go 1-40 on the road? Of course, it was something that I was vehemently against at the time, but at the same time, the Raptors had only had one road game that they've won previous to this one until they went into Atlanta, the first of a doubleheader in Atlanta. Raptors play them again right here on Saturday, and we'll be going live a little bit delayed after that one as well. Raptors actually went out there and got the win, 122 to 119. A lot of things to cover in this one. Honestly, the Raptors led for the majority of this game, and they played really good basketball. I thought they used their size well. Atlanta, quite frankly, was sleepwalking, especially in the first quarter. Raptors got out to a huge lead. The Hawks were able to sort of climb back into it. Defensively, the Hawks mostly, they're not really going to stop you from shooting a good percentage because the Raptors did shoot 58% from the field, but they will turn you over. And if you remember the last game the Raptors played against Atlanta, they had 31 turnovers at home, and the Raptors blew out in that game by Atlanta. This time, the Raptors still gave up 19 turnovers, and Darko, even though he had got the win, he was pretty excited. Even when he came to post-game, he was still a little bit ticked off just about the fact that they had so many turnovers. You know, he was basically saying almost the Raptors were a little bit lucky. It's not good to give up so many turnovers, and that was the main way that Atlanta was able to come back in this game. Dyson Daniels, the great barrier thief. We'll have to get the opinion from my co-host if they like that nickname. But he actually was really, really taking it to RJ Barrett. I mean, RJ really struggled in this one in that second quarter in particular. Dyson Daniels was just, eating his lunch basically. But still, the Raptors were able to hold a lead going into halftime. You wondered, of course, are the Hawks going to wake up and sort of like put the pressure to the Raptors? But the Raptors still mostly maintain their lead. A couple moments from the veterans has really been able to propel them of late. You saw Kelly Olynyk have a really good first half until he left the game with calf tightness. We'll see sort of what's going on there. Didn't really get an update post-game in that regard. We saw Bruce Brown. He was quietly great throughout the whole game. Got a chance to talk to Bruce after the game as well. And the biggest thing for Bruce is just getting healthier, trusting himself. I think he's right now, if he put himself at 90%, just based on sort of like, the way that he's feeling physically. And, there's a process to sort of like how he sort of recovered. Oh, don't forget, he did have knee surgery. And there is obviously a process when you're trying to jump onto a moving train when the season's happening. He actually has been feeling a lot better. And of late, you're seeing exactly what Bruce Brown was supposed to be and what he was in the past, which was just basically what you're seeing right now. 18 points off the bench, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Bruce had a great game, and he's been really, really great of late. And, of course, guys like Chris Boucher, Chris gave them some huge plays to start the fourth quarter, knocked down some threes, got to the foul line, got a couple of stops, just enough energy. I mean, you get 11 from Kelly, 17 from Chris, and 18 from Bruce. And I think it was the timing of some of those baskets too, because Atlanta was knocking on the door. I mean, the Raptors did a really good job of containing Trae Young. Trae had 7 of 19 from the field. He did have a lot of assists, 13 assists. That's something you can expect from him. Obviously, he's I believe he's leading the NBA in assists right now, right? But regardless, he's a really, really great player when it comes to running the pick and rolls. He's averaging 11 assists per game. So like this isn't even above average, really. It's just basically what he does on a night-to-night basis. But the Raptors did a really good job containing Trae Young, like doing a good job of sort of, sometimes putting 2 on the ball, making sure that they put some length on him at times, but also Davion Mitchell did a really good job pressuring him. Jamal Shed, to a lesser degree, did also a good job containing the ball. And just quite frankly, Trae wasn't really able to get to the spots that he wanted to until the fourth quarter when he was walking around guys, knocking down threes. I mean, he at one point when the Hawks were able to sort of like flip the game and it felt like, okay, they had broken through finally in the fourth quarter, and it felt like all the momentum was on their side. They had tied the game finally midway through the fourth quarter with Bogdanovic knocking down a three, and then Trae Young had a shot where he shot the shot, and then he turned around before the shot even went in because he shot the quick pull-up over RJ, and that put them up 6. Before that, it was like another 3 as well. And it felt like, okay, the Raptors had fought. They played hard, but now it's the fourth quarter. Now it's on the road, and we've seen this story many times. Raptors are going to give it up there. And I fully felt that way. I feel like everybody in the arena felt that way. The arena was actually quite lively and good. The atmosphere was great. But then the Raptors had other plans. And I think in particular, Scottie Barnes had other plans. Scottie Barnes was awesome in this game. 25 points. He got the chain post-game. But more importantly, I think for the team, it's the moments in which he took over and actually made the plays that needed to happen. I mean, look, we all want to see more talent added to this team, and the draft is obviously the main way that the Raptors are able to add talent. And we've all known about the draft picks. We just talked to Dan Schulman from ESPN. He called Cooper Flagg's 42-point game. I mean, there's lots of things to sort of talk about on that front, but I think what's also as important, and please don't lose sight of this, is that the players on this team, the young players in particular, need to show you their quality, their ability, and what they're growing this season. And seeing Scottie Barnes in the fourth quarter, when he had 11 of the Raptors' 28 points in the fourth quarter and 11 of his 25 points in the fourth quarter, that was really special, because seeing him get to his spots, get to a go-to move, which he's able to get to now in the mid-range, where the Raptors really were able to feed it to Scottie, and then Scottie was able to not even make shots, but draw fouls because the other team has it on the scouting report. Don't let Scottie Barnes turn around, because that's the shot that he's been hitting a lot recently. So it's in the scouting report. So they're trying to deny it, and then they're fouling him because they're getting too aggressive, too eager to try to stop it. Him getting to the foul line 6 of 7 in the fourth quarter was absolutely massive. That slowed down the Hawks' advantage. That slowed down their momentum. You know, he was able to get some buckets back in return and just steady the tide. And then I think for me, one of the biggest shots of the game was, he's coming down the floor and he just pulled up for 3. Like in transition, he just pulled up. And I think, I actually asked him about that after the game, and Scottie basically said, you got to have some big, and he paused when he said this, so he didn't say the word, but basically you got to have some big balls to like make a shot like that. And, he's been going to that shot a lot. I also asked him post game, Scottie, the mid-range shot seems to be something you're working on a lot recently, and you've been hitting it on a more consistent basis. And I asked him sort of the work that's gone into that shot. And what he said was, quote, "I have been working on that for the past 2 summers. I'm confident in that shot every time I take it. It feels great. I get the space off of it." And I think, for me, this is probably if we're looking at all the things that have happened this season, this is probably, at least for me, just the most promising development. If Scottie Barnes gets to a go-to move, scoring the ball in the half court, that already takes him up a level as compared to what he did previously. We know Scottie can do all the other stuff. Play defense, block a shot. He had a big block in the fourth quarter there as well. He also had a big play where he tipped out the shot because there was a chance for, the Hawks to sort of take the lead at the end. There was a 1-point game. The Hawks got 3 chances at it. Scottie blocked one of the chances, and then he tapped out the final rebound over to Jakob Poeltl. We know he could do that. We know he could set up guys as well. But seeing him consistently get to a spot and score, not score within the flow of the offense, not score, going to the basket and in transition, stuff like that, not hit some open kick-out jumpers that other people set up for him setting up the offense, setting the table, making the meal, prepping, and then cooking that thing and then eating it. Like, that's what Scottie's been doing right now with the mid-range. And it was really exciting to sort of see him sort of pull that off for the team. And again, like, we can dream about the talent that's coming in. We know that all the rumors of the Raptors are going to sell. At the same time, though, don't lose sight of the fact that the players on this roster need to show growth themselves. And seeing Scottie take that, leap as a scorer this year is really, really important. And I'm still like maybe a little cautious, only in the sense that we want to see a bigger sample size. It feels like only the last month or so he's been really emphasizing this, but the results are really promising. The efficiency has been really good. And again, important for a guy who works in the mid-range is you got to get to the foul line as well, because that really buffs up your efficiency. You don't get the extra efficiency from the 3 as compared to a long 2. You're still shooting jumpers roughly around a 40% rate, but you could get the efficiency through the foul drawing, and there's a lot more contact that you sustain on the mid-range jumpers. I don't have to explain that really to Raptor fans when we've watched DeMar DeRozan for so long. If you're a Canadian fan, you watch Shea for a long time. And there's a long way to go. Like, I got to be cautious, right? There's a long way to go for Scottie to get to that level, but he is starting to develop those elements, and I think that is really exciting, and especially knowing that he's put 2 summers of work into this. I'm really happy for him and also for the franchise. That was a huge moment in the fourth quarter. Also a huge moment in the fourth quarter, Mr. Jakob Poeltl, who, yes, he stepped to the foul line with the Raptors up 120 to 119, and there were still 2 seconds left on the game clock, and Atlanta still had a timeout coming out of that. And for me, it's like, out of all the people that you would want to see intentionally put on the foul line, Jakob Poeltl for the Raptors is probably not that guy that you would ideally pick. I mean, basically, you don't want it in his hands. You don't want it in RJ's hands. Those are the 2 guys that you might worry about missing 1 or 2. And again, it was a 1-point game when he got fouled. Jakob for the season is shooting 64% from the foul line. And of course, we all know that he shoots with one hand. And so when he goes to the foul line, and he's stepping up there, and he needs to make both to give the Raptors a real chance of security, or at least if the Hawks hit a 3, well, at least we're going to overtime. And to see him go to the line with all the fans like chanting, and again, it was a really good atmosphere in there, and he swished 2 one-handed push shots. Like, let's not overlook how impressive that is in that moment. And I asked both Darko and Scottie about sort of their confidence in that moment as they're watching Jakob go to the foul line. And both of those guys were really effusive in their praise. And they've all talked about how much Jakob has worked on his free throws this season. And I know that this is not nearly as exciting as getting lottery balls for Cooper Flag. But again, some of these guys are still going to be on this team. And I think for Jakob, I'm just proud of him. I'm proud of the 2 free throws he made. The stop that he made as well. There was a play where he had to switch on to Trae Young, and everyone in the arena was like, oh man, I don't know. Like, this looks like he's going to cook him. Trae Young looked like he was going to cook him. And then Jakob did a great job of getting the stop, forcing him downhill, forcing him to pick up his dribble, and then have to reset. He stopped Trae Young one-on-one. That's really, really impressive for any 7-footer to do. And I think lastly, RJ Barrett, seeing him struggle through this game, and Darko even said it after the game, because I asked Darko a couple questions, both pre-game and post-game, about RJ. And the one question I asked him post-game was like, look, it seemed like RJ really struggled in the matchup against Dyson Daniels in the middle of the game, especially in the second quarter. Dyson Daniels was hurting him defensively, stealing the ball a ton, and then also driving it straight at RJ and getting and ones and stuff like that, or setting guys up for threes because he's touching the paint, and help has to come. You know what? How can RJ do better in the matchup on Saturday? And you rarely hear this from Darko, but Darko even said today was a bit of a call up moment for RJ. That's the famous Darko Rajakovic thing where he's like, I'm never going to call you out. I'm going to call you up, right? But basically, he's like, it's a call up moment because he needed to be better. And quite frankly, RJ did get better over the bulk of the game. They put him more off the ball, which I think was a lot more helpful because he seemed like he was really struggling handling it. That's why he had so many turnovers. But also, he knocked down a big 3 in the fourth quarter, and then he got the biggest stop of the game, at least according to his teammates. I was filming Scottie, so I didn't know who was going on, who said this behind me. But as we were talking to Scottie in the locker room post game, the guys in the background were joking about RJ got the biggest stop of the game. RJ got the biggest stop of the game. And then someone also chimed in and said, but RJ was getting cooked, though, for the game before that. But it was still a celebratory moment. And the biggest stop he mentioned was that he had to get switched out on an island with Trae Young and did a really good job of forcing him just into a tough shot where, again, the Hawks missed that chance to potentially steal the game at the end when it was a 1-point game for Toronto. And it was a big stop for RJ. And I think even RJ was proud of it. RJ was explaining that he's like, oh, Trae Young wants to go to this move, this, specific. I mean, look, I can't detail everything. I don't have, 3 eyes to see multiple directions. Obviously, I'm focused on Scottie, who I'm interviewing at the time. But even RJ was like really, excitedly talking about that defensive stop. And I think more than anything else, that's where the thing is. Like for these guys, they got to actually draw the excitement from the defensive end of the floor as much as they get from the offensive end of the floor. Because you know what? For this team, like the reason they've turned it around recently is a couple of things. Number one, they've gotten healthier. Number two, their veterans have really come around. Maybe it's the showcasing period before the trade deadline, whatever. But their veterans have undeniably played well. When you think back to who flipped that game against Golden State, that was Chris Boucher in the fourth quarter. Who won the game the last couple times against Orlando? That was Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk. And today, it was Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, and Chris Boucher. So the veterans are playing a lot better too. But more importantly, their defense is picking up. And I think that's the part where I was really curious about. So I asked Darko about the defense recently as well. Why has the defense improved? And he said, quote, since day one, we have talked about how we need to guard the ball. It starts there. There's no scheme in the world, no zone. You cannot cheat this game. It starts with Scottie Barnes. He's doing an outstanding job for us, communicating with guys, keeping everybody accountable. And he also said that Davion's doing a great job of guarding the ball. Jamal is doing that as well. Bruce Brown, Chris Boucher, Kelly Olynyk are all stepping up on that front. And so, of course, I had to follow up, and I followed up by saying, you know, it seems like Davion has really done a great job setting that tone for you, especially on the on-ball defense in the starting lineup. But how can you get a higher level defensively out of Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett? And what he said was, quote, it's something that we're working on, and we're seeing some improvement. Unfortunately, with Quickley, he's not been able to have continuity, but he's shown that he's very capable of doing that. And we've got to be smart when he comes back about how we build him back. And he thinks, though, that IQ can be a two-way player for this team. And he said as well as RJ. He kind of just added it as well as RJ. So it felt like he was more effusive in the praise for IQ. But regardless, I think no matter what Darko says or what the intentions are, they need to build those guys to be enthusiastic about the defense. I was actually really happy to hear the team kind of tease RJ, but also make sure to give RJ that praise for getting that stop, because he was getting hurt defensively, and that happens a lot in most games. He doesn't have the turnover issue that he had in most games, but still, defensively, he has an issue most games. If he can flip that around, that changes a lot for the Raptors. And I know that there's a lot of speculation about the future of the team. You know, I don't think it's a coincidence that Josh Lewenberg and Michael Grange both wrote columns about what the Raptors might do at the trade deadline, and had similar conclusions that it's basically Scottie and Grady are untouchable. Everyone else is still, you know, up in the air, question marks. You know, RJ has an extension coming up in the summer if he wants to talk that. You know, I don't think that the Raptors are like, we're going to get that done. I think Jakob in the same kind of vein as well. There's questions about the future of this team, not just in the trade deadline, but also in the summertime as well. But in the meantime, and there are still 30 some odd games left, in the meantime, they need to showcase that they can play both ends of the floor. And I'm looking at IQ and RJ in particular, because this team has shown that defensive level when they put like Davion Mitchell and Jamal Shed in there. And we know how limited they are offensively. So, you know, it's not a sustainable solution to always do that. But also at the same time, you need those young guys. And if they're going to be core pieces, they need to both improve on offense, which they're showing progress for sure, but also on defense. And so, you know what? I'm happy for the whole group. It seemed like, you know, they fought hard in this one. They really could have easily choked it at the end. They almost did, and then they pulled it out. So exciting game. We're going to take a quick break because we want to hear from some of our sponsors. We want to hear from you guys as well. Thank you for waiting for us to go live. Leave your questions in the chat for everyone watching on YouTube and on Twitter. Leave those in the chat here as we take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to bring my co-host back in, and we're going to bring your questions into the fold.
Hey, man.
Hey, buddy.
Just recently hit the big 4-0. What about you, bro?
A little more recently 4-0, but we are both in the 40 club.
Let me tell you, man, being an adult really comes with its share of challenges.
Definitely. I think both you and I are homeowners, and I think we're both also dealing with mortgages in life.
Yeah, man. Mortgage rates, choosing the right terms, dealing with paperwork. It can be really overwhelming,
I still don't know how that works.
Well, listen, that's where our friends at Dominion Lending Centers come in, man. They make the whole process simple and stress-free. Whether you're renewing your mortgage, hunting for the best rates, or if you just need advice, they're here to help, bro.
You know what? I am looking for that advice, and I think that's why I'm going to visit www.dominionlending.ca.
Yeah, man. www.dominionlending.ca. Take the guesswork out of your mortgage and step into financial confidence with our friends at Dominion Lending by our side.
Okay, it is time now for the Tangerine Fan Inbox, and I gotta let you know that Tangerine is the official bank of Hello Welcome Podcast. They're the official bank of the Toronto Raptors. foundational partner of WNBA Canada and NBA Canada. And of course, they're not just fans of basketball, they're fans of basketball. They're fans of fans who have their own nickname for each guy in their starting five, or fans of fans who stand 5 inches from the TV all night, or fans of fans who can go down to Atlanta. There are actually a lot of Raptor fans in the arena tonight, including a cluster of Grady Dick fans. There's a lot of Dick jerseys in State Farm Arena tonight. And if you're hearing this, there's no doubting your commitment. Fans like you are at the heart of what makes this game great. So this year, for the Raptors' 30th season, Tangerine is turning the spotlight from the court to the stands, is celebrating the way Raptor fans support their team, because this is how we fan. To learn more, visit tangerine.ca/basketball. All right, we're going to bring in our producers here. Jerome and Alex. What's going on, man? I didn't see you guys on Media Row. Where are you guys at, man? You guys here in Atlanta too?
Yeah, man. Hey, everyone. How are you guys doing?
What are the questions saying, man? What are we doing, man?
Oh, wait, we've been muted the whole time. Hi, everyone.
There we go.
There we go. We're in here.
Hi, everyone.
All right, let's get to some questions. We're going to start with... Yeah, that one? You like that one? All right, we're going to do that one.
All right. All right. Caleb asks, can the Raptors go 500 the rest of the season, or at least until the trade deadline? Trade deadline's in 2 weeks, man. That's it's pretty close right now, but can they go 500 till the trade deadline? I think so. Can they go 500 the rest of the season? I think they would need a real huge bit of health from the main guys more than anything else. And also, they need to actually not make the moves that they're probably going to make, which is to take away some of their contributors. I mean, as much as we're excited right now, and I know people are already worried about the tank, you look at this team, if you don't have what Chris Boucher's been doing for them recently, if you don't have what Bruce Brown's been doing for them recently, if you don't have what Kelly Olynyk's been providing recently, this team going right back to losing. Let's be honest. Like, I had a running joke going on. You know, I saw some Raptors execs. I saw, obviously, the Raptors media there, and I had the running joke. I'm like, Raps, the tank is dead, boys. The tank is dead. The tank is dead. I mean, that's a joke. We all know that, right? We all know sort of the situation that's going on. Of course, if you take some of the vets off this team is going to struggle. And I think that this team obviously understands what the goal of this season is. It's development, and it's getting a high-end lottery pick. So, yes, they are getting a couple wins right now. I think, honestly, that's really good progress. On a human level, it's great to see the players happy after the locker room because, you know, I've been in there after losses. You know, it's not the friendly place. So, on a human level, I'm happy for the guys here. And, again, some of these guys are going to be here for several years. So, yes, they might be this year the incentive might not be winning, but in the future, the incentive will certainly flip to that. And you will want them to build some habits. So, yeah, man. What you guys see from the stands, boys?
Yo, man. Can people hear me now?
Can people hear Alex now? Did we get Alex going?
If you could hear me. Hey, Will, man, how many times are you going to mention you were in the locker room tonight, man?
Yo, I was real excited to be in that room, buddy. Come on. I got to ask questions, got to be a reporter.
We get it, man. You're in the locker room.
Yo, man.
No, the crowd, like you mentioned, the crowd was really great at the State Farm Arena. Noticed, too, like, I think Jerome and I noticed, too, like, just really passionate fans. Really passionate, super into the game. It was cool. And they got cool merch. They got a barbershop in there. Really impressed with the whole arena experience.
The merch situation was good. Also, that's the thing that they have at State Farm is they actually have a dedicated supporter section.
Yes.
Which is really cool. So you'll hear cheers. You'll hear them really loud during the foul shots. I think it's the kind of the thing that like the Clippers want to do with the wall.
Yeah, the Raptors need like a dedicated cheering section.
Yes.
Man.
Well, we got the Sprite Zone.
Yeah, what they're bringing
we
that
still
back
have
for
the
like one
Sprite
game
Zone?
or something. Yeah. This guy goes to the locker room once, and now this guy promoting Sprite Zone. Okay.
No, you know what? I totally agree with you because the media section was actually just behind the seats that you guys were at. And then the
Will
section
was watching
over,
us from above.
Oh, we were watching. I was watching your every move, boys, and I will not say what's been
shout
going
to the
on.
Betway team. You know, we're there hanging out. It was super fun. Super fun.
But we were not that far, and the fan section was right beside us. It was like 3 rows. It was dedicated fans. But the difference, I think, between this and the Clippers wall, which we also went to, we were also in LA. And I was also in the locker room after that one.
You did get to the.
Trust me, we listened to that one too.
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah, and the difference is the wall in LA, they have like a fan cheerleader. Like someone to actually like direct, like a conductor almost for the people there who are otherwise kind of just there. Versus this was purely organic. This is just 3 rows.
It's a full group.
Yeah.
It's very like soccer style. They have their chants. They know they have the things that they're doing. There's a rhythm to it. It's a thing that I think the wall can get to, but they're just starting. So
Yeah, by the way, there was also one fan in a fake Josh Smith jersey. Now, I'm not one to shame people for wearing fakes, but you gotta at least wear a convincing fake because the Josh Smith, the 5 on the jersey was like 10-point font. Like it was tiny,
my
bro.
gosh.
It was
Turn the 5 upside down, man.
it was a 0.5, man. It was tiny.
It's a 9.5.
That man was screaming though, bro. I mean, you knew that was a real fan because he got a fake jersey and it's a Josh Smith fake jersey.
Someone was in a Mike Bibby, man. We were in the shop, a Mike Bibby Hawks jersey. That was
yeah.
a classic.
sick, man.
Yeah, a lot of Raptors fans in audience too.
Well, Will,
In
I
our
know
section.
you were in the locker room today, but
I was.
do we have any warm-up reports from Atlanta?
Not that many warm-up reports. I'm not gonna lie to you. What I did most of pregame, and I'm ashamed to say this, was just try to holler at Bobby.
Oh, right.
All right.
Raptors
all right,
GM
all right,
Bobby
yeah.
Webster, traveling with the team, obviously.
Also
yeah.
sitting a row behind us.
Couldn't even get to row GG. Come on, bro.
Oh man, I think I was off the alphabet based on where I was sitting, but yeah, no, I was trying to just chat with Bobby a little bit, but he's a popular guy. What can I say, man? This guy talking to Mike Schmitz, he talking to whoever else, you know what I mean? So Kyle Korver's there. Oh, isn't he like a GM? He's an assistant GM or some sort.
Landry Fields,
Landry.
Kyle Korver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was hard to get at Bobby, but I did eventually catch up with him. But I won't tell you what I said to him because, quite frankly,
great segment.
we're supposed to have some level of separation. But shouts to Bobby. He had a tan suit. Did that help you guys?
Yes.
Tan
yes.
suit like Obama.
Well, we are in Atlanta, and
Yes.
you haven't gotten to try them yet, but maybe you can just see how the experience is going to be. But which wings are better, lemon pepper or RJ and Scottie?
Oh,
Damn.
wow.
Damn.
Question of the night.
This is something that we gotta actually get to. We gotta get to some of these lemon pepper wings eventually. You know?
We're going to get there.
Yeah,
I
maybe
feel like-
maybe after the show. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I feel like tonight would be a good night to go because we'll likely run into some of these Raptors
It's possible.
after a win like this.
This guy's gonna be
possible.
this guy's gonna be in a different locker room.
All right.
Oh man, no, it's not gonna.
Warm up report.
Oh man, I
not
don't
the
know. I
Magic
don't know who we
Kingdom.
let in, man. You're running into your. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one.
So do you have an answer to the question?
Which wings are better? I mean, the Mala wings at Hong Shing, baby.
Ooh,
Come on,
okay.
man. You know I'm loyal to Shing.
Wow.
What
Wait
up?
till you
What
wait
up,
till
Colin?
you try, wait till you try some lemon pepper wings. Here.
It's
I
fine,
think,
man. I
yes.
tried them
you know,
Mala already.
shouts to Colin. Those wings are number one. But
Exactly.
It's about to be 1A, 1B. I feel like.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
It could
Oh
be
man,
1A
Elaine's in the
Atlanta.
chat.
How about
Elaine's
that?
gonna report this to Colin.
That's
There you
right.
go.
That's right. Yeah. And also Yan's dining room booked till 2029. It feels
Yeah.
like. So
Go check out Isla.
shouts to Isla. Shouts to Patois. What else are we trying to plug, man? Hong Kong Cafe Bistro.
You know, we don't need to plug anything else because we're going to go to our next question.
Oh man, what was that tea room we went to, Jerome, in Atlanta?
You know what? In the spirit of you liking to create... Oh, we went to the Mary Mac's tea
Mary
room.
Mac's tea
Yes,
room. Yeah,
yes.
that was sick in Atlanta too.
Yes.
Great meal for $20. You'll have enough calories for 3 days.
Frugal
Yeah.
King.
Frugal King. In the spirit of Raptors win, the doubling their road record, we thought we let you celebrate with a new pod to set up in the moment. Will, can you name 15 centers better than Yak starting this year?
Off the dome.
Off
no
the
no
dome.
pulling
Off
up.
the
No
dome?
pulling up basketball reference.
None
None
of
of that
that.
right now.
Okay, Nikola
You can
Jokic.
also no. The answer can also be no.
Nikola Jokic. Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, Joel Embiid, slander aside, like I know he hasn't really played much, but come on, man. No, is anybody really gonna put? Yo, why are you drinking this gigantic jug, man? Whoa, what are you doing, yo? Okay, jug life.
Stay hydrated.
Man, I mean, who else is a better center than Jakob Poeltl this
There's
season?
no way you can only name like three.
No. Hold on. Let me just pull up a list.
Y'all seen
of
Mark
teams,
Williams' stats?
Is
over in
Rudy
Charlotte?
Gobert better than Jakob Poeltl?
Is Anthony Davis a center?
I think Brook Lopez has had a really good year as well.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
Lopez should be on top of Jakob as well. But although I don't know, to be honest, like they close enough, I guess. I feel like he's pretty tangentially important to that team.
Someone mentioned Porzingis.
Porzingis hasn't really played much, and since he's come back, the team's record has gone south. I don't think it's entirely on him, but this season, I don't know. Domantas Sabonis, I have to say, is above Jakob Poeltl objectively.
Is he a center?
But me and Jerome were in this very same Airbnb earlier last night, and we're
Yep.
just settling into Atlanta. We're like, what do two dudes in Atlanta do? We watch League Pass on one of the 6 TVs in this place. And we decided to watch Kings Warriors. And I told him at the start, yo, watch how many times Domantas Sabonis does a dribble handoff. And Jerome, I want to get your impression. Like, what percentage of plays where Domantas Sabonis had the ball would you say he did a dribble handoff?
It is at least 95.
Yeah.
When,
It was-
okay,
Bro,
chat,
all
what-
this guy does is dribble handoff, put back layups, and then a occasional wide open JV summer 3. Like it's a nasty
My favorite
viewing
thing,
experience of basketball.
that he did multiple times that game was bringing the ball up the court, skip to my loose out, skipping up the court just to stop at the free throw line and do a dribble handoff.
This is why the NBA is struggling right now, man.
It's a tough one, man.
Well, we do have in the comments, Alex, you're going to go through a couple of names for Will.
Jared Allen,
Jared Allen's been a better center this year. Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah.
How about Zubac?
What do you mean? How about Zubac?
How about
man?
Zubac Shakur, man?
I feel like they're well in the matchup they played against each other. Zubac definitely beat him.
Okay.
So I'll give Zubac the edge.
Mo Wagner.
Mo Wagner. I mean, we're talking about players who start, man.
All right, fair enough. Well, okay, I guess the short answer is we can't. name
Isaiah
15.
Hartenstein as well has done a better
Okay.
job. Yeah. But again, he's like a Jakob style center. He's just a little bit better than Jakob at this
All
point.
right.
Yeah. But again, he's 10 to 11 in that range. Ain't no fault about it.
All right. Here's a question here, which just serves as a teaser. Mm-hmm. You gonna see the No Dunks boys while we're here?
I mean, will we ever? And speaking of this camel shirt, you're gonna be able to see it in an upcoming video where we talk to Tass Mellis. And actually, I think I want to let everybody know right now that if you especially watch things live, especially on YouTube, head over to No Dunks, their channel. They were gonna go live tomorrow at 11 a.m. And spoiler
You might
alert,
see some special guests.
you might see some guests.
on the drop tomorrow on No Dunks at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to answer that question, if you're following us on Instagram, you will see on our story that we were in the Classic Factory today. We just finished recording an episode with Tass Mellis. We will be doing an episode with Trey Kirby tomorrow. Both
right.
of those are going to come out next week, not in 8 months like a Norm Powell feature.
Hey, Norm Powell future are scheduled to come out next week, apparently.
Apparently.
Or possibly when the Clippers make the playoffs.
Per
Yeah,
sources.
we're not sure how long we want to hold that.
Oh.
But no, you're going to see a lot of us with No Dunks. But starting with tomorrow, we're going to be live on No Dunks. The boys are going to be in the factory with Trey and Tass, and they're going to be doing the drop together. Skeets and JD, they are out at the Paris game, so they couldn't join us over here, but we're going to be filling in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get those W's in the chat tomorrow.
Let's get those W's in the chat. But yeah, shouts to the No Dunks
Oh,
boys,
you know what? Good correction here. They do usually go live at 10, so it is 10 a.m. Eastern, not 11.
Okay.
Oh, word?
I will-
Okay, let
I
me
will,
set
So
my-
big L on our front.
Let me
But
set my alarm
You would
clock.
think after I worked with them for a season and a half, I would know these things.
Wow, it's okay.
I will go to sleep now. Yeah.
Well, that's not what's going to happen, man.
All right. Let's see what else we have here. You know what? Caleb's hitting us with all the questions.
Hey, shouts to
tonight.
Caleb.
Shouts to Caleb. All right. Please confirm if the three of you are going to Waffle House, and if so, how you take your hash browns. I mean,
Okay.
we're going to find out. I think we're going to do this. I think that's a given.
Yeah, I think so. I
It's
mean, we
just
can
a
go
matter of
after
when.
this, too, if you want, man.
We could go after this. I might have been pitching to Alex, how can we set up for the next React pod from Waffle House?
From Waffle House? I feel like you can do anything you want at a Waffle House.
I feel like that can happen.
That's part- I mean, so
we
if
can
you
get
need
into
to
a brawl in
stream-
Waffle House, I think we can talk about the second road game.
Yeah.
Can we
the
just
Raptors.
do a pod and not get into a fight at Waffle House?
They're like, shut the hell up over there. Nobody cares about who won the Okongwu Poeltl matchup, man.
or we can get Will to recreate the classic like Anthony Bourdain monologue about Waffle
Oh,
House.
he's 1,000% doing that,
Yeah.
even if we don't ask him.
So, wait, can I ask you guys, because I'm not cultured enough to know this, how many
Why do
different
you think
ways...
we are?
I mean, come on, Jerome. You're down here all the time, man. Come on, man. I see you on, Ralph David Abernathy.
Oh, boy.
All
right.
how many different ways can you take your hash brown?
Well,
Like, are there options? I've never had an option.
I actually
There
don't
are
know.
a series of options. I know
Okay,
at
walk
Waffle
me
House.
through
I
the
don't know what
options.
they all are, though.
Okay.
That's- I can't answer
We'll
that
do
off
it.
the top of my
We'll
head.
possibly, hopefully, on Saturday's React Pod, be able to follow up on this Waffle
Yeah,
House
we got to follow
situation.
up on the
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, it's either on the React Pod or the future banter that comes down the line.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Hash
All right.
browns.
Well, in the spirit of us being out here and
Okay.
win, guess what? We got some money.
Whoa, $2 from Top Shot ESLA.
That's
Yak.
like 30 cents USD, man.
Hey, yo, relax, man. This is You know what? This $2 will be passed along in the form of a tip later on. Yak hitting 2 clutch free throws, unfathomable last year. I don't know, man. You guys were in the building. Were you guys confident when Yak hit those 2 free throws?
Absolutely not. I thought we were going to be up 2. I didn't know if we were going to be up 3. Yeah, and he hit those clean.
Alex, you're someone with experience hitting clutch free throws.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jakob really came through, man, and it was because Atlanta does that little Chick-fil-A promo
Yes.
in the fourth quarter where if you miss both free throws. So I thought for sure Yak was gonna miss the first one, and then super pressure for the second one. But no, both look clean, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Yak, man, top 7 center in the league according to you.
Wow, I mean, I don't know. Did I only miss 7? That's more than 7 better.
Yeah,
Also, we forgot Sengun. Like, Sengun absolutely should be above him.
Is Şengün a center?
Absolutely.
Okay, then yeah,
absolutely.
Şengün's
Sengun is
absolutely
absolutely better than him.
Throwing those bows around.
By the way, I like those promotions where it incentivizes the crowd to like actually cheer for stops. You know, it's better than 100 points gets you pizza, or like, I mean, that's pretty much it. The ones that we know.
Well, they should have a Pat Delaney thing where you hold the opponent under 100, you get pizza.
Oh, I see. I like that
love
way
the
better.
Pat Delaney pizza promo, man. Come on. Man.
I do
man,
like
okay.
the alliteration on that.
Yeah. But I
we
like
do
that
have
because
$2 more
it's a real
by
thing,
the way,
yeah.
also from Top Shot ESLA.
Yo, I'm gonna make both. Jakob Williams. No, he actually did make both, man.
Yeah.
No, it's funny actually. Honestly, even just hearing Scottie and Darko say it in the locker room afterwards. Sorry, man. I don't know why I'm so excited about this. It was great.
you
It was
also
great to
earned-
talk to the guys.
We're getting a lot of series of $2 from Top Shot.
Yeah?
You also
They're
got
basically
$2.
throwing ones at you right now
Hey.
in the chat.
We'll ask 80%
Damn,
of the post.
we're the Magic City, Darnell. That's tough, man. Yo, send me $100. I'll take my camo shirt off.
Oh boy.
No, we're not setting that precedent. I'm not going to do
Oh,
that.
boy.
That's not the type of show that we're about. Okay. What's the question?
No question. Will, you asked 80% of the post game questions, so you earned $2 more. Also, you're getting scolded by SVP, $2.
Yeah.
Also, must film some content in Waffle House, #BanterPod, $2.
Yeah.
Also, Tesla, shame I know, and these are USD, not $2.
Oh, yo,
$2 more.
W's in the chat, man.
Yo, how do we get YouTube to print these out as ones, man?
Actually, we also have another. No loonies and toonies in Magic City, unfortunately.
Yeah, how does that even work at Sundowners? Like, you're just supposed to, like coin.
Not Sundowners where I had my bachelor party.
Yo, no, wait, hold
Oh,
on,
man.
hold on, pause.
This is
Hold on,
this is
no,
part
hold
of
on.
Alex lore, man.
Hey, hold on.
Hold that for the banter pod.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
but
no,
we're actually
save that.
holding you to
Save
that.
Say that for the best.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about what
and
happened
then
there.
another $6.99 Canadian. Some Magic City funds.
Yo, we're actually making money off this. It's crazy.
Talomar says, need a Keith Lee type review on Magic City. Where is this React pod going right now?
Seriously.
We got
Seriously.
it. Let's try it and rate it 1 to 10.
Yeah. But no, shout out all the all the $2 because this Hello and Welcome was sponsored by Top Shot.
Yeah. You know what? I think even just for me, like, obviously I love sort of bringing you whatever insight possible. The thing is, like, I'm not able to broadcast from the game. So, like, post-game, which is obviously the best time to go live is post-game. And obviously I want to do it, like, as close to the buzzer as possible, which is typically what we do. But it's not really possible. Like, I have to choose between, am I going to go home and go live at the buzzer, or am I going to go post-game and ask some questions? And so this time, especially now that we're on the road, we had a great chance to sort of get in the locker room, talk to people and stuff. So I want to bring you that sort of access, especially if we're going to make this commitment to go on the road. But also at the same time, that obviously there comes with a trade-off. So that's why I got so excited to ask so many questions. It wasn't just because the Raptors won. I'm also just an inquisitive guy. What can I say?
You're a pro, man.
I'm trying to do as much. I'm trying to pack as much reporting into the chances that I actually get.
You're a professional reporter, man. You're one of the best at doing this. Come on,
okay.
bro.
All right,
Yeah.
dog.
Let's
Send
go.
me some of that money from Tesla, bro.
Well, that covers all our questions here. Is this about a time for another break?
It is time now for another break as we then head to the 3 stars and the awards and also our newest segment, the freshest play of the game. But first, let's take another quick break. It's the 30th anniversary, and our friends at Axe are joining the celebration with a limited edition collection that's as original as the Toronto Raptors themselves.
The collection includes 3 essentials to keeping you fresh. The body spray features 48-hour high-definition scent, blending sea mist and grapefruit to keep you unstoppable throughout the day. The deodorant stick is perfect for staying confident, with a scent that keeps you smelling irresistible while showing your Raptors pride. And the body wash delivers a luxurious lather that leaves you feeling clean and smelling astonishing after every shower.
For over 40 years, Axe has drawn on body spray research and the expertise of the world's leading perfumers to craft quality fragrances and help people feel confident in their own skin.
Find the Axe Toronto Raptors 30th Anniversary Limited Edition collection at all major retailers, Walmart, Shoppers Drug Mart, and Real Canadian Superstore. But act fast because it's only available for a limited time.
Celebrate the milestone with Axe and the Toronto Raptors. Channel the freshness, energy, and unstoppable spirit of our local champions, because smelling great is always a slam dunk. All right, it is time now for our 3 stars from tonight's game. Wait, is it time now for that, or is it? Do you want? What do you guys want? You want 3 stars? You want freshest play?
Let's go 3 stars.
Let's go 3 stars first. All right,
Let's go
3 stars from this win, where the Raptors have finally secured their 2nd win of the season on the road, and quite frankly, my first official win on the road, because the last one was against New Orleans, which to me, like, they were grabbing guys off the street, man. It was crazy. And also beating New Orleans is not something to sort of like cheer about. This was actually a good win. This is actually a legitimately good win. Your 3 stars for tonight's game. Number 1 star for me is Scottie Barnes. 25 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal. For me, it's the 4th quarter production. 11 points in the 4th quarter. He goes 8 of 17 from the field, 8 of 10 from the foul line. Him getting to the foul line 10 times is great. And again, him also telling me after the game that this is something that he's been working on, that he's been putting effort into. He's been putting 2 summers of work into this, and seeing that progress come in right now, it's a really, really rewarding thing for both, us as fans and also the team, because Darko also talked about it. Darko also said post-game, God damn it, man, I got to say something other than I went to post-game, Mr. Post-game over here, but they calling me Hakeem right now.
Well, we have to pause
What's up?
Your awards for a moment, because we just got $25. Careful,
what?
Will. You're 1/4 of the way there. Don't say my car is topless. Say the blank is out.
This is the classic "Made You Look" verse from Nas. I will not be saying that. But marching to 10K subs. Shout out, hello and welcome. Enjoy Atlanta. No, shout out to Top Shot.
Salute.
Tesla.
This has been like, it's like $35 legitimate dollars,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. Shouts to this. This is amazing, man.
Yeah.
Yo,
All right.
honestly, people get so excited after wins. It's not just me, I swear.
Are you sure it's not just being in post game?
I also love being in post game, bro. Oh my god, man! Seeing Garrett Temple grab some wings on the way to go, like, great experience, man. Shouts to
Yo,
Garrett
shouts to the food in the arena.
By the way, you want a real report? Okay, pregame report. Garrett Temple has handshakes with some of his guys. So he's got a signature handshake with Jakob Poeltl, which obviously involves a couple of daps, way better than whatever you guys were doing. And then with Jacoby, he does this thing where he's like fixing his tie. So they're like animating that portion. There's another one where he does a dap with Jamal Shed, where they dap it up, and then they both go into like an old man, my back hurts type of thing. So I think both of those things are actually really funny to watch. What was funnier though was Orlando Robinson's on a 10-day contract. Can someone please talk to Orlando Robinson? Like, I was there all of pregame and postgame, famously. And, like, I didn't see nobody talk to that guy. Please say something to the new kid in class. Somebody give him a hug. Just say, like, yo, man, great win tonight. Did you feel good? Like,
Yo, Orlando Robinson.
someone say hi to Orlando Robinson, man. It was burning me, bro. Nobody said a word to him.
No, Orlando Robinson makes one big shot even in garbage time, and we calling him Big Shot Rob, bro. We're going to push the agenda.
Okay, so we got
Yeah.
Pat Delaney agenda.
Yep.
Orlando
The agenda,
Robinson
that
agenda.
agenda is writing itself in the chat, to be
Bro,
honest.
yo, I saw...
Yeah,
oh, man.
that's barely us.
Yeah.
Should I show Pat Delaney the little clip that we made for him? The Vine. What am I, 2016? No,
2000
LeBron
and late.
James.
You
LeBron
showed the
James.
6-second clip.
Should I tell him that we have been pushing Pat Delaney propaganda
Yeah, let Delaney know. I think Pat has a good sense of humor. I think he'll appreciate it. I think we should get to a point where we name an award or something, a chain after him.
Yeah.
Because like the wins are few and far in between. Maybe after wins we have a bonus Pat Delaney award.
A strap.
The Pat
that goes
Delaney.
But we've been missing agendas because the Raptors have been struggling.
Yeah, we
so
haven't pushed
we gotta
nothing,
start
man.
back. We gotta start back real slowly. So
Yeah.
we'll start with O-Rob, aka Big
Okay.
Shot.
Rob is
okay.
crazy,
Yeah.
man.
So we'll start with O-Rob.
Rob.
How many degrees away?
But someone
is
first say
O-Rob
hi to
from?
please. Someone please say hi to this man. It's killing me, dog.
Oh my goodness.
He reminded me of like me when I immigrated to Canada. Nobody said anything to me, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I
this-
wasn't speaking English either, but damn.
Yeah, this was me in grade 9 when I had no friends, man. Add that to the lore.
Oh, brother. All right, we got
Someone bring a
sundowners and also no
sundowner.
friends.
Oh wait, just
so
another
Scotty's your
update.
first star.
Wait, just another update. We got $5 more.
Woo.
Thank you to Nietzsche Seth. Tanking over, bro.
Yo, listen. I might have said that to some of your favorite. You know what? I'm not even going to reveal, man.
Oh my gosh.
I
Now
can't
another
remember.
$2. Need a Pat Delaney adjustment of the game
I
segment.
like that.
Yo, okay.
I
You want your impromptu adjustment of the game segment. So I was watching obviously the action in the last minute of the game, and there's a play where Trae Young had it by himself 1-on-1, and you could, I think it was maybe going up against Jakob or somebody, but basically you could see Darko on the other side of this like court run to like pass half court and just yell at whoever was nearest to him, like come double, come double, come double. And it was that impromptu double team forced Trae Young to get rid of the ball, and the Raptors got to stop that play. So the adjustment in the game is actually just Darko calling for a double team. Yeah. Also at post game. Anyway, Scottie Barnes is your first star. Second star, I'm going to give that to Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown was great. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists off the bench. He's feeling a lot healthier too. On a human level, you got to be really happy for him. No cowboy hat today. Did a little cowboy banter with him. You know. Anyway, per sources, he might be buying another hat
This guy got so much post game. He's Hakeem Olajuwon. Holy!
I'm dream shaking, baby.
No.
I'm Atlanta dream shaking right now, man. Oh man. Okay, and then your third star. I mean, I thought honestly the way Grady started this game was really cool. Grady was really gotten them off to a great start. 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. I would give them this if not for Jakob's 2 free throws at the end. So pump fake, but it's actually Jakob. 17 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 huge free throws at the end there. 7 of 10 shooting from the field. Big Yak with 2 free throws to ice it. Your Gerald Henderson Award winner, that's going to go to Bogdanovic. This was a welcome to the NBA moment for Jakob Poeltl. Bogdanovic was torching him, man, and like putting him in isolations. How many times have you seen Bogdanovic, go into a post up against the player? He's a shooting guard. He was posting up Jacoby, putting him in foul trouble. Jacoby had it felt like 15 fouls in this game. He barely played. And in the moments he got on the court, Bogdanovic just hunted for him. So I'm actually really looking forward to when the Raptors play the rematch on Saturday. How does Jacoby actually react to that? And does he come out with a much better effort than he did tonight? But Bogdanovic torched the Raps, 23 points off the bench. We still doing MIGs, man? No more MIGs? All right, people aren't important anymore. It's fine. Finally, your freshest play of the game. That has to go to Scottie Barnes. In his own words, you got to have some blanks to make a shot like that. Let's just say onions, the way Chuck Swartz used to say. But you got to have some big onions to make the shot that he made, because Atlanta had taken the lead. They had taken the momentum, and the Raptors looked like they were dead in the water. And all of a sudden, RJ gets the rebound. He swings it over to Scottie. He's bringing the ball up, and out of nowhere, he just pulls up for 3, knocked it down. That made it from a 4-point game to a 1-point game. The Raptors then would get stops, which was the biggest part of winning this game in the fourth quarter. But Scottie's 3 was huge, and then that sort of set the path for the Raptors coming back in the fourth quarter. Scottie had 11 in the fourth, but that 3, I think, was really, really impressive to see. So, yeah, that's, I've emptied out the mailbag, man. There's no possible way anyone has more information off this game than me right now. I'm just going to tell you.
I think you unloaded the full clip.
The clip
just
is done,
final
man.
count from Top Shot, $39 donated
Jeez.
on this.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to let you know that $39 will be going towards a good cause.
But that said, in the same spirit, they have announced this React Pod is over.
This React Pod is over, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, it is over. For myself, Will Liu, for Jerome Chang, Alex Wong, all of our friends here down in Atlanta, and you know who they are. And yeah, just go watch No Dunks tomorrow. 10 a.m.? Is that 10 a.m.?
10 a.m. Eastern. Yes, we'll be in the Classic Factory.
Yeah, tap in and drop your Pat Delaney comments in the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah.
I want to see the Pat
flood
Delaney
flood the
gang.
No Dunks chat with Pat Delaney Hive.
Let's do it.
I want to see how confused Taz and Trey are going to be. But yeah, really excited for this one. This is a really nice win. And of course, the Raptors get to do this again when they play the very same Atlanta Hawks in the very same city of Atlanta on Saturday. So for myself and my producers, this has been the Hello Welcome Podcast presented by Betway.